here with Angie Boninsegna of the Wyoming East Lady Warriors. First of all, Angie, everybody knows and everybody's been waiting. You got everybody back. This seemed a little, I don't want to say it's the same because no season's ever the same, especially this one.
No.
But does it seem like, is it a little reminiscent of some of these teams that you had when you had everybody coming back and all the expectations about state tournaments were flying through the air here? I mean, it's a little reminiscent in that way because you do have everyone back from what was a pretty good team last year.
Well, I think it's more reminiscent how they act off the field. It's like we try to create a good family atmosphere, and this group has really got into that, and they're really family off the court as well.
What do you think will be the strength of this team? Because I mean, like I said, you got experience, you've got some size, and Daisha can rebound. You've got and Sarah can rebound. You've got some shooters. You got a senior point guard that's played here for 4 years. What would be an expectation that you think is doable?
Well, I think we just got to keep focused on one game at a time. We got a really tough section and region. We'll just keep building on each game and try to improve. We have some quickness. We did gain some very valuable game experience last year, but we're kind of young. We only have 2 seniors on the squad, Skylar and Sarah. So, we're just going to try to keep it going from last year. I thought we had a really good year last year to be as young as we were, and we were playing a lot of senior-dominated teams. We've gotten stronger in the off-season. They've done a really good job, and hopefully we'll go from there.
Do you ever stop and think about the squad you've been blessed with here? I mean, usually in schools like this, you know how it is. You go through up periods and down. You've been on such a serious up period for about the last, 7, 8 years. Do you ever stop and think about the talent you see come through?
Well, not only the talent. I think I've been blessed to be around great young ladies and their families and everybody. And we have been blessed with talent. We have been blessed to, fortunate enough to get to the state tournament. But we just got to go, like I said, play each game one by one and try to improve. And hopefully, come April, we'll be ready to go.
When you look at the season, you had to, you got paused once, then you got paused again. Was there any concern ever on your part that you might not get this season in?
There was always concern. I knew that, everybody was going to do all they could to get a season in for the kids. But, when we got to a point that we were pretty high infection rate in West Virginia, we got concerned. But luckily we're down and we're getting to play a season, and hopefully we'll make it. It's condensed, but condensed is better than nothing at this point. We're all healthy, and that's even better.
What are your what are your thoughts on the new section and regional alignment? And you've got Westside gone to AAA, Oak Hill's gone to 4A. It's not the old Region 3 anymore. It's not the old Section 1. What are your thoughts on this new region section?
Our section, we got Summers County. We always have a lot of respect for that program, and they were in our section before they went down to single A. Then we have Bluefield, which we always do have a lot of respect. There's only 6 AA teams in the lower stage, so scheduling becomes an issue at that point. And we got a pretty tough region in the other way. We got Mingo Central and Chapmansville and Liberty, but scheduling's been the biggest obstacle for us because there's not a lot of AA schools down here.
Now you and I talked about how the Wyoming East Westside girls game is a little different. For that reason, are you, and there's so much respect, and not that there isn't in boys, because I think there is, you've got Summers back on there, and that was a really starting to build to be a big rivalry when all the reclassification happened. Are you excited to get them back where you can play them? And maybe have to, nobody's ever excited about having to play, I think you're talking about the 2 of the top teams at least around here. That's the 2, you and Summers County. But are you excited to see maybe that rivalry build back up again because they are 2 outstanding girls programs?
I think so. We'll enjoy it. Chad and I get along well, and I think we'll build up and have a nice little rivalry. And we did right before they went down to single A, and there was a lot of respect, I hope, between both programs. I know there was a lot of respect on our end towards Summers County, and Chad's doing a great job over there leading them in the last couple of years. So I'm excited to get back to playing.
What are your expectations for Sky this year? She is one of your seniors. You mentioned you have two, and I'll ask you about Sarah as well. But what kind of expectations you have for Sky? The girl's been in the program, and she's been contributing in one form or another. I think she and Gabby were like your coaches her freshman year at the state tournament. If you had them, but one or the other, you probably would have won another state championship. But I guess that's neither here nor there. But what are your expectations for her as she wraps up her career? What's been a really, really good career here?
Just to continue to be the leader she's been for the last 3 years. She did a great job for us last year because really and truly last year she was the only one that had any game experience to a certain degree, and she led the team, and I thought we had a really good season. And I just, leadership. She'll give us scoring and offensive end. She's a good little defensive player, so just add that leadership to the role, and I think she'll have a successful year.
What about a young lady like Sarah Saunders? Now, her sister obviously was one of the best known girls basketball players that played here recently. She went to Tennessee. What girl wouldn't want to sign Tennessee? So it's got to be a little tough for her. But what about the progress she's made as a player in her own right, not just living in her sister's shadow?
Sarah's really aggressive. She's hard-nosed defensive. She'll get that offensive rebound. She'll hit the boards for us hard, and she does all the little things that will help us, win the ball games.
Did you see a big improvement in her? I want to say that a playoff game over at Oak Hill
When,
a couple years
actually,
ago,
Emily
when Emily
got
got hurt.
Emily got hurt against Westside.
Do you think that was the beginning of her coming into her own?
I think so. In fact, we talked about it this year. It was unexpected, and she stepped up really big for us that year when Emily got hurt and came in and played really well. Sarah's such a fiery competitor. She'll go in and she always works hard, and she'll that rebounding in defense she's really good at, and she can shoot. She's not a bad little shooter.
Is your biggest concern now having a replay of last year and not getting it, or a replay of the football season where you don't get to finish, or is it something on the court?
No,
the things you can't control what's on the court, I guess, and you can't control overall
right.
the pandemic.
I'm just really thankful that we're back together. We got a shot at it, and hopefully we'll get to finish the season. But the important thing is we're all healthy, we're coming together, and the seniors are getting a chance to end it on the court.
All right, Angie, I appreciate it as always. Good luck.
Thank you.